Johnny here for Johnny's Car Care and Review. So we're going to be looking at the Bronco today and mostly Maripier's reaction to it. She had no idea that this was coming, so I kept it completely a secret from her when it arrived. This was supposed to be arriving the 28th of September. It showed up 18 days earlier. So hey, there is good news on the horizon. You know, I've covered it in recent videos. The hard tops, it looks like they're all worked out. There's already going to be thousands of these tops shipping out in the next few weeks, and already some tops being shipped to the Ford plant already. So Ford's going to be shipping those out first to customers who are already on the road, and then Ford's going to be working on Dirt Mountain. All of this may very well be done within 20 days, giving the Webasto factory a pretty good amount of tops being produced every day. So if you have a VIN assigned, you're probably getting your, you're almost certainly getting your Bronco actually this year. And I do believe that in early 2022 production, so end of December, early January, Webasto will be providing enough tops to really get a lot of us reservation holders their Broncos. So here is my Bronco. It came in, I'd switched to a soft top. It's a 2.7 liter, so EcoBoost. So if you're interested in some off-road reviews, some on-road reviews, of course, and just general impressions, I'll be going for a lot of ride-alongs. So you'll want to like and subscribe not to miss a thing, because I'm going to be covering all the positive points. I'm also going to be covering the points that, you know, some pretty much everyday normal car enthusiasts like myself will have with it, so I don't get caught up on completely disliking a vehicle because of, let's say, a touchscreen that works a little slowly. I look at the big stuff, and I like to always, of course, control my emotions and stay pretty level-headed. Let the mind really give the review as opposed to just getting all emotional. There are a few things on the vehicle that I would have, you know, considered doing differently. The exhaust, for example, is a little quiet. Now, of course, anyone who wants a quiet exhaust is going to absolutely love that, and it's always easy to modify, so I'm going to be looking into modifications for that. I'm also, of course, going to be modifying this vehicle, but so far, my first impressions after having driven it for a couple hours last night. First of all, the interior is incredible at night. I love the base equipment on this vehicle. The automatic high beams is a real delight. Now I have the Badlands edition, so this thing is massive. Just last night I parked it by a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, which I think is pretty cool. Super useful box that it comes with, and it looks like for now the 2024-2025 plans to have a Bronco truck with a box, looks like that's canceled. But the Rubicon it's a good looking machine, but this is massive beside it. Now I have to jump in, and I'm 5'10" with my boots right now. If you want to compare size, I'm 5'11" with these boots on, and I have to jump into the vehicle. So you'll want to be considering running boards. Now, of course, I'm not going to put the running boards on because I want to take this off-roading. So those rock guards on the side, or rock panels, that's perfect for me. So hey, I'm gonna keep jumping into this and feeling like a kid, which is actually pretty cool. You're sitting up real high in this. Now this is an absolute attention grabber. Now, of course, you know, 17 and 18-year-olds might not be turning their head because they're glued to their cell phone. So I didn't get any reaction out of that age group, but I can tell you, I had people, a couple people stop me at the lights to talk to me and, you know, really say, wow, what an incredible vehicle, while I was at the lights. Heck, while I was at Jeep, the dealership, doing a little video, I even had a diesel GMC guy slow down, honk to get my attention. I was like, oh, you know, was he gonna throw an insult at me or what? No, he wanted to give me the thumbs up and say, nice ride, man. So this thing is, it doesn't just look incredible. So far, I feel overall it has absolutely been worth the wait. I absolutely love sitting up high in it. Now, of course, I'm going from a V8 Mustang, and I'm not feeling disappointed with a huge lack of power. I'm actually very impressed with the power of the 2.7 liter. You know, you got to figure 330 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque, and those torques are available at low RPM. So you always feel like you've got a ton of power, a ton of pedal. Now, I'm going to be testing the brakes out more because, of course, I'm used to huge Mustang GT brakes off my 2018 that I just sold. So I'm wondering, maybe I'm just completely biased because that thing stopped on a dime. So my first initial reaction was feeling that this brakes a little slowly, but of course, you know, I'm coming from a Mustang GT, so I'm not going to let the emotions get the best of me. I'm going to look at that from a logical perspective and look at how this vehicle's braking compares to other, you know, large, relatively wide vehicles. And this thing is wide, it's high, it's wide. The suspension, if any of you are thinking that the Bilstein suspension is going to be a disappointment on road, my on-road experience has been absolutely fantastic. The Bilstein shocks are just absorbing every bump in the road. Now, of course, I'm in a part of Canada where the roads are absolutely horrible. Watching some of the Bronco off-road videos going through, you know, gravel and trees, I'm thinking, hey, those roads are a lot better than my roads. The only difference is the trees are closer to the road and it's made of dirt. Our asphalt roads here are horrible. In my Mustang GT, which gives a fantastic ride if you're not in some of the worst roads, I'd honestly get a sore neck and a sore back and often pinch my neck from how badly I was getting jolted. This thing just eats up those bumps. You know, the front wheels eat them up and the back wheels, you know, crap them out. I didn't feel bumps at all, so that's really impressive. So don't worry if you're looking at, you know, a Sasquatch package or a Badlands, both have the Bilsteins, you're gonna love the on-road performance of this vehicle. Now, I'm gonna leave a lot of my other drive impressions once I've really logically analyzed this more, that I've really reflected on it some more. But I'm also gonna make sure that Maripier gives you her impressions, because I think the female perspective is going to be important, and someone who's not quite as much of a car enthusiast as I am, I think her opinion and her perspective on all this is going to be really important. So let's just jump right to that and see what her impression is of the brand new Bronco. You know, how is she going to take all this?
What the? That your new Bronco?
Yeah, it is. No, I'm just teasing. It's just the dealer demo.
Oh, okay. They let you the demo for the weekend?
Yeah, for the wedding.
Yes, the same color. It's yours.
Yeah, it is.
No, no.
It's ours.
Tell me that?
No. Kept it a secret. So Maripier, now that you've seen the Bronco, now that you've had an actual chance to, you know, change out of your jogging pants and put on some makeup and, you know, properly get ready and not completely be, you know, sideswiped from your boyfriend. Now, what are your first impressions on the Bronco Badlands?
Yes, at first what impressed me the most, I think, is the tires with the mags, because John before he wanted to switch the tires, have bigger tires, bigger look, and I said to him, it looks like on the Badlands that they are already big enough and they have a super cute mags. So I was just, oh, don't comment it right now, just wait to see first, and after that, if you don't love it, then comment it. And this morning we checked and I was like, oh my god, that's big. So yes, we really love the look like that, so I think I convinced John to not switch them. So that's the bigger point on the car for me. In the inside, the vinyl of the seats, I really loved it, because I never see that in a red Bronco, so that's the first time that I see the inside. And it has a little fabric look. You see the little lines in it. So I really love the look of the vinyl. And now we just made a ceramic coat on the color, and I think it looks great. So we protect the paint before going on the road today, because we will have so much fun today with the new Bronco.
And did you find that the paint, how did you find the paint? Did Matt do a good job? Is it perfectly painted?
Yeah, perfectly painted, because we have the chance to see it close when we were doing ceramic. And I really love the color, because the first time I see the Badlands, in a dealership, it was the gray color. On the gray color, I really love the massive look, but I think it pops more with that color.
And that was the
huge.
Yeah, and that was the Big Ben that you saw. So the Big Ben that you saw
Ben,
had smaller tires, different mags. The first one that you saw actually in photo, you did see a Badlands in person, but so if I understand, you really like these tires, you really like the mags, and I was actually originally gonna buy a lift kit as well, but this is you're gonna have trouble getting into this, aren't you? And you're right now with your heels, you're 5'10", and nonetheless you're gonna be climbing in. So why don't we just go climb in and see what that's like? Oh no, you get to drive, you get to go to the other side.
Yeah.